So you join me on Harvest 24. Firstly, apologies, Harvest 23 video you never got. Last harvest just was stop-start. We were late due to the rain. Then we had a few issues, hence we had to change a combine. So I just didn't have the enthusiasm to do the video. Everything was recorded. George had done some outside video, I'd done some talking, but I just wasn't happy. I just didn't feel the love for it last summer, so that's why you didn't get a video, sorry. So yeah, here we are, Harvest 24. First evening I've got to sit on the combine. Obviously I do my full-time job, get home, sort the dogs out and then get down here or get to the field. So that's my usual routine. But some nights I've got home, I've just done a bit of grain cart because they've got to the end of the field. We've not bothered to move and reopen another field. So that's sort of the reasoning behind me not actually getting anywhere towards the combine. Different buttons, where they are, what they do, how it works. One thing I have noticed is the reverse is opposite to what it used to be on the old combine. So to go in reverse, you brought it towards you, whereas this time we're sending it away from us. Although I've just moved from the long bit to the short work, so I don't actually know how long it's going to take to get a tank. So I thought I'll empty the tank and then I'll be prepared. So I normally take this opportunity as one to give an update of what the year's been really. So yeah, what can we say? Well, last harvest it was hit and miss. We had quite a few rain showers, couldn't get harvest done, we got quite late in the end, so that was the beginning really. So harvest was catch it whilst you could. A lot of the wheat got wet, which isn't good, that brings the quality down. And then yeah, what else can you say? It rained and it rained a bit more. So yeah, last winter was pretty bad. I didn't actually walk through the farm for a good 2 months because I always take the two boys for a walk in the morning. So I'll walk through the yard, walk up 3 of the fields, turn around, walk back and back to the home. So yeah, we didn't get through, we had to go a different route. When we got through a couple of times, mind you. Well, it's got a bit wet. Del looked at me as to say, you want me to go through there? Well, it's sort of, yep, you want to go for a walk, so we're going to have to go through this wet gateway. I'm not exactly sure how much rain we had over winter, but I've not known a winter like it. So a lot of people weren't able to get the winter cropping in, so that meant people then had to put spring cropping in. Spring cropping never does quite the yield that winter cropping does, so there's all those. Then quite a few people then decided not to put sorry, I'm just trying to work out what this guy's doing other than going round and round and round the roundabout. Yeah, so actually a lot of people took the opportunity to put SFIs. So the fields come out of cropping and they go into a stewardship scheme. So the farmers actually get paid not to grow crops. So, we've got a country that needs feeding. Where is all the food going to come from if we all keep putting stuff into various schemes where it's either a wildflower mix? I think there are some schemes where it's a grass, but so you can, as long as you do a late silage or hay, you actually get a crop off of it. So you have got some feed for the winter, and I think you're allowed to graze the aftermath. But a lot of them, yeah, they are just wild bird, wildflowers, everything like that. So we're just about to start our last field of winter wheat. We have got spring wheat and spring beans to do. So there'll be a couple of weeks yet. The beans, I think they need to be sprayed before, and that needs to be left a couple of weeks before they get combined. So that's going to delay it a bit. So we'll have a couple of weeks gap, I think. So the technology is well and truly improved in 24 years or whatever. Well, combines are well and truly improved since I started driving them. Big old levers to get the drum into gear, then the header into gear. Yeah, so everything's completely changed. Big levers down to small buttons. Everything's on keypad, so small, nice and compact. This is yet again the smallest Claas combine they make. So this was the new model out. They launched it last year for sales this year. There aren't that many in UK, so it was quite handy it came out when it did, really. So this is a milling wheat. Hopefully we've made the quality so we've reached that grade. I don't know whether the wet winter will have caused any problems with it at all. Obviously you don't know until you've combined it and you've sent it to the lab to be analysed. Obviously the lab will come back and tell you what it is and whether it's made the grade. Sometimes it doesn't make the grade, or if it doesn't make bread, it'll do for biscuit. Obviously if it doesn't go in the human food chain, then it goes into the animal food industry, so it'll go, the worst quality goes for animal feed. But there are different types of wheat, so some wheats are specifically grown as quantity wheats. They are the lower quality wheats, so yeah, it's a little bit confusing. It's not just, oh, I'll just put this wheat in this year. You've obviously got to think what you want to do with it, how you want to sell it. Yeah, so farming isn't just that simple, oh, I'll do this. Farming is actually quite complicated. Obviously, we're the biggest gamblers out. We're gambling the weather every single day of the year. It's great fun. I might, by the end of the day, get my left and right for putting the auger in and taking it out again. That's one thing I am struggling with. If you heard that little beep, that was the tank to say it was 70%. Unlike the baler that likes to bleep at you, so anyone thinks you think you're in McDonald's listening to the baler going. We've had and the rain we've had, I'm absolutely shocked at these tram lines. I really did think that they would be more like ditches, but no, it's hardly sunk in at all. You really wouldn't know, it's been so wet. Obviously throughout the autumn and the spring we have to go through and put nitrogen on, I'm quite surprised. Control, obviously this is where everything changes. Yet again, I've got small hands, so it never really works my small hands on these controls. So I've got my reels up, down, backwards, forwards, and I've got underneath that is your main header, up, down. So you've got two settings. You've got automatic sort of on the main bit, and then on the left and the right you've got up and down, so if you want to do it manually rather than the auto setting. So everything's just there on your hand. If you've got a problem, you've got your stop right on your thumb, so that will stop the header, but it won't actually stop the main threshing system. So the threshing system, you have to use the other control, which is not too difficult to get to really. Obviously, if any of emergencies, you need to know where your main stops are. So yeah, everything's on there. A bit further down here, you've got your sort of controls for your speed, concave, drum, sieves, all of that. Gone are the days where you have to go around the back, manually lift the sieve, leave it up, and move it and put it down. Everything's done in here. So you've got your screen here, which is slap bang in front of you. So I've got a small camera, so I can see straw coming out the back. So reversing cameras, which is quite handy. You can just keep an eye to make sure you've got your straw coming out, and then when you reversing up to put the header on, obviously you've got that there then. I guess everything's electronic these days. Gone are the days where you moved a piece of metal to amend anything. So yeah, advances. I hate to think what the big combines are like. Obviously this is yet again the smallest Claas combine they make. So this was the new model out. They launched it last year for sales this year. There aren't that many in UK, so it was quite handy it came out when it did, really. Well, there you go. You finally got Liz's combine video for Harvest 24. So we've got a little bit of the Evion, the usual waffle about what weather we've had in the last 12 months. So I expect I'll see you in a year's time. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you sometime. Bye!